Good morning, students. Myself Kamal Nath. I welcome you all in my class of English. We are learning chapter 11, The Little Mechanic, this week. And you know this chapter is about a great scientist, Sir Isaac Newton. In the first video, I had introduced you its writer's detailed life and even the beginning part, first part of the story. In the second part, I am going to explain you what happened next, about the childhood, about some of the interesting and curious things Sir Isaac Newton made in his childhood. What was the reaction of his grandmother, the neighbors, his friends? So let us see and learn about the life story that is so motivating, so inspiring about Sir Isaac Newton. Here you can see in the picture, here this is the picture of Isaac, and as you know, here I have to start from this here passage, fourth passage. It is amusing to imagine that what anticipations Isaac's grandmother and others formed about the things he might make in later life. No doubt what they were expecting, what his grandmother and other people were thinking about Sir Isaac, what he might do in his future, what he would make in his future, all that was no doubt so amusing, so interesting. Some of them perhaps thought he would make beautiful furniture. Some of his neighbors had predicted about his life that he would make beautiful furniture. Oh, interesting. They had some other idea. They had never thought that he would become a great scientist. Some of them predicted about his future that he would make beautiful furniture and sell it to rich people. They thought that Sir Isaac Newton would make beautiful furniture and sell it to rich people. Others thought that young Isaac would become an architect and would build splendid mansions and churches too. Some of them were thinking that he would make a tall buildings, great buildings, palatial buildings, with here just tallest steeples, and that had ever been seen in England. They had thought that that will be unique. Some of her friends, no doubt, advised Isaac's grandmother to send him for training to a clockmaker. Some of them advised Sir Isaac's grandmother to send Isaac for training to a clockmaker so that he would learn how to make clock. Because besides his mechanical skill, the boy seemed to have a taste for mathematics, which would be very useful to him in clockmaking. He had great interest in mathematics, and so they predicted that it would help this interest, his inclination towards mathematics would help him to become skillful and in clockmaking. Yeah. Here, in fourth one, here it is here, that is in fourth paragraph, it would make here clockmaking. Indeed, there was every reason to believe that Isaac would become a clock manufacturer. He had made a kind of clock. Indeed, there was every reason to believe that Isaac would become a clock maker. He had made a kind of clock that nobody had ever heard of before. The clock he made first time, never people had believed and had heard before. It was set to work not by wheels and weights like other clocks, but by the dropping of water. The other clock he made, thus that clock, functioning of clock was by the dropping of water. This was an object of great wonder to all the people in Woolsthorpe. That is the place where he was born, Woolsthorpe. And then besides the water clock, Isaac make a sundial. That was another clock here, sundial. Now his grandmother was never at a loss to know the time. Means she could really just know the time even there was sunlight and even there the sky was here cloudy. In that case also she was able to know the time easily. One sundial was working when there was light, there was sunlight, and the other clock he made that was working by the dropping of water. So in this way, Isaac's grandmother was able to know the time, to read the time in both the cases. The water clock would tell the time in the shade and the sundial in the sunshine. In both the conditions, she was able to know the time, read the time. Isaac had a wonderful ability to acquire knowledge by the simplest means. He had the ability to gain knowledge, to acquire knowledge by a very simple means, by simple machines, in a simple activities. For instance, what method do you think he used to find out the strength of the wind? Wind has the strength. When there is a strong wind and you are on the road, we are on the road, you can see how it is difficult to really walk. It stops us when we are going in anti-direction. The strong wind stops us. And so he was able, he has a different way to measure the strength of the wind. You will never guess how the boy would make that unseen, inconstant and ungovernable wonder. These all words are used for wind. Here you will never guess how the boy would make that unseen, inconstant and ungovernable wonder. The wind. This is here said about wind. Tell him the measure of its strength. Nobody can guess how he really measured the strength of the wind. Let us see further. That will surprise us. Yet nothing can be simpler. He jumped against the wind. When there was wind, he only jumped against the wind. And by the length of his jump, what length he jumped only, he would calculate the force of gentle breeze, a brisk gale and a tempest. Means in here different here direction, in a different speed of wind he was able to calculate with the help of only jumping. He jumped and he could calculate here in different way. When the there was a gentle breeze, means when the wind was blowing slowly, and brisk gale means it was blowing fast, or the tempest when there was great storm. He was able to calculate by jumping. Thus, even in his boys' sports, means in the childhood, in the boys' sporty we are just nature. In that activities, what a child does, in that activities, Isaac was continually searching out the secrets of nature. This little child, curious child, was seeking and searching, finding out some here secret facts of science. So let us see now further. Not far from his grandmother's residence was a windmill. There was a windmill. That mill was working here on the energy of wind. You already have heard here wind energy. So that mill was working here with the just supply of wind energy, and there was a windmill near his grandmother's house, which operated on a new plan. Isaac was in the habit of going there. He most often visited that place, that windmill, frequently, and spending hours examining its various parts while the mill was at rest. When the mill was at rest only, it was not functioning, he sat there and he examined very minutely every machinery, how the machinery mechanism was working of that windmill. He examined its internal machinery, when its broad sails were set in motion by the wind. How its sails were here in motion only when there was wind. He just observed very keenly, very curiously. He watched the process by which the mill stones were made to revolve. How that were here moving only, that was here stones only were moving, where the grains were crushed, okay, and crushed the grain that was put into the hopper. In the way, just mill only, you see here grains are kept in the hopper, that is like a big here cane. In that one it is here kept, and his sharp mind grasped every detail as he watched it. When he watched that machine, windmill, how it was functioning, he observed minutely when it was at rest, and observing that one, he decided to make another and of his own windmill. That little child, that little boy, it's really amusing, interesting and surprising for this curious child. So further I will just explain you the rest part of the story other day in the last video, and I am sure that you have already got the first video, and this video will help you to understand this middle part of the story. Do learn all new words so that it will help you to understand the chapter well and go through whole story. So before I bring the next video with the content that is in that here last video, I wish you for just a healthy life. Stay at home. Thank you, students. Thank you very much.